All right, let's take you back to one of our other stories that we're watching for you today. The South African National Civic Organization in the Northwest marching to the provincial government offices in Mahikeng. The organization says the march is aimed at raising concerns about a number of issues, including high unemployment. SABC News reporter Zebilon is keeping up with the march. He joins us now live. And Zebilon, what's spurred on particularly having this march today?
Yes, indeed, Ayanda, as you have alluded, the SANCO here in the Northwest is taking a march into the provincial offices to hand over their memorandum of demands. But other than that, they are demanding that the mayor of Ngaka-Modiri-Molema district municipality must be removed from his position. And also they are citing that, Northwest has a high rate of unemployment. But in this conversation, I'm going to bring in the spokesperson for SANCO in the province, Mzukisi Jem. Mzukisi, thanks very much for joining us. You are about to leave now to go and hand over a memorandum of demands to the provincial offices. We understand that Premier of the Northwest, Lazarus Mokhosi, is expected to receive the memorandum. What are your demands exactly?
Thank you very much. You see, we stay in a province which is leading nationally in terms of unemployment. Yet this is the same province which is leading in terms of minerals. But then that talks to the caliber and the nature of the leadership that we are having within the province. Because if we had leadership within the province, we would not be leading nationally in terms of unemployment. But we've got a leadership which seems to be self-serving. That is why we are here, we are where we are as the province. But secondly, our municipalities within the province have collapsed. There is a lot of corruption and maladministration. And all of that makes it almost impossible for our own people within the province to get the services that they're entitled to. And we have brought all of these issues to the attention of the ANC as the ruling party within the province and to the attention of the Northwest Provincial Government. But there are no efforts being made in terms of addressing any of the issues which we have brought to their attention. We are currently in Ngaka-Modiri-Molema, which has been without water for the longest of times. And we've got a mayor, which is comrade or councillor, Khumalo Molefe, who is actually disappointingly a member of SANCO. That is one of the reasons why we are here today to say we can't be a civic organization which is here to advance the interests of the poor. And then one of us is actually doing what is the opposite of what the organization stands for. The organization has been without water for some time. Yet Molefe Khumalo, together with the entire leadership of the ANC, are sitting comfortably without being bothered wherever they are. So these are the issues which we have, a number of occasions, tried to engage the ANC and brought to the attention of the ANC and the Northwest Provincial Government, but everything that we have said fell on deaf ears. So that's why today we decided to say, perhaps let us have this march and shut down Mahikeng. Perhaps sanity will prevail and perhaps their ears will open.
All right. You cited a number of demands. Have you came up with a proposal to provincial government to say, we as SANCO, this is 1, 2, 3 that we would like to see happening? But does your march prompt in the fact that if ever you have done so, has the provincial government came back to you and say, we have received your proposals, this is what we are going to do? Have you done the proposal before?
One of the things that we have said, which we are still saying as SANCO, is that they must start removing from the municipalities all the mayors who are not as useless as useful as they should be. I don't want to say that they are useless, but the opposite of the word useful is useless, which makes them useless. So one of those mayors is the mayor that we are having here, the executive mayor, Councillor Khumalo Molefe, has to be removed. We have written to the Premier of Northwest, and we cited everything that makes us unhappy. We cited everything that we feel is compromising service delivery to the people of Northwest, but there was never any response. But that is the character and the caliber of the ANC. ANC seems to be very arrogant even when they know in actual fact that they're actually on the wrong side. ANC does not seem to care about the people of this province, and that is why we are here. We were never going to be here if the ANC at least responded to the letters which we wrote, if the ANC at least attempted to sit down and listen to us when we brought the issues of service delivery to their attention. But the ANC has a tendency of thinking that by being in the alliance, that simply means we must then agree with them in all of their shenanigans that they are getting involved in. So we'll never agree with that, because we remain the only mouthpiece and the only voice of the voiceless. And we still remain the only organization which seems to be caring, or which seems to care about these people that you see around us.
And lastly, you are going to hand over the memorandum. Time frame. When do you expect your responses?
We have given them 14 working days to respond, for them to respond to our memorandum, which we are hopeful that they will actually comply and respond to us within those 14 working days. I think another challenge that we are having in this province, we don't know if our own leadership of the ANC cannot read or they cannot listen, because we definitely not supposed to be here if these people were able to listen, or if perhaps they were able to read, because we have written to them. But there has never been any sort of response. So we are expecting that they should respond to us in 14 working days. And if we do not get that response in 14 working days, we will be forced to actually make sure that we then render the province ungovernable, which is the state of which we do not want to get to. But if we have to get there for the people of Northwest to get what they are entitled to, then that's what we are going to do.
Right, let me bring in this last question. It just came into my mind to say, you are saying our municipalities in the province are dysfunctional, and now you are calling for Khumalo Molefe to leave. How many mayors do you want as SANCO to leave, and how many municipalities do you think that are dysfunctional?
I think another thing that has to be clear is that all of those who are saying Khumalo is targeted as an individual, we are not fighting Khumalo here as a person, but we are fighting all the useless mayors across the province. So we do not have any personal vendetta against Khumalo, but we will never condone a situation where our people are compromised, especially by our own people who actually got into these positions knowing exactly what the organization stands for. And then they decide to actually adopt the character of the ANC. Because what he has been actually displaying are the characteristics of the ANC within this province. So we are going to make sure that all the mayors who are involved in these corruption scandals, together with their officials across the province, are removed. And if that does not happen, we will have to escalate issues to a level which we do not want to get to. At the moment, we are still very soft. We are simply humbly requesting that they remove all these mayors that they know that are useless. We are going to go to Dr. KK, which has been trending lately for all the wrong reasons. There's a lot of corruption that is taking place there. We are going to go to Dr. RSM, those ones who are obsessed with building shacks which are costing up to 38 million rands. Do you understand? And that is the taxpayers' money that is wasted on shacks. We are still going to go to JB Marks. We are going to go to JB Marks, those ones who have spent millions, without having any explanation as to where was that money going to. We are going to Ditsobot. Do you understand? We have a very serious challenge within our province. You know, if our mayors are not busy fiddling with themselves, instead of making sure that they are busy with service delivery, our mayors are obsessed with things which do not benefit our people in any other way. So we are not really going to sit here and watch them. We are going to remove them. If the ANC cannot, we will remove them ourselves.
Thank you very much, Ayanda. That is Mzukisi Jem explaining the reason why they are taking this march to the provincial government. But now they are about to leave to go and hand over the memorandum to the Premier of the Northwest, Lazarus Mokhosi. Ayanda.
Zebilon Maine is reporting live there from a very busy Mahikeng in the Northwest. For now, Zebilon, thanks very much indeed.